How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kick Punch Sportscast Fantasy Football / NFL edition.
You got it.
Week 1. I guess, first episode was a preview, I should say.
That's true.
Episode 2.
That was our preseason show.
Yeah.
Not, now we're into the regular season edition.
Meat
So
and
it should be,
potatoes.
meat and
What a
potatoes.
week. What a week.
What a week.
Yeah. It was, in terms of fantasy, the three of us here are at the bottom of the league. But in terms of teams, I'm the only one who has something to be happy about right now. But we can get into that later.
There are different degrees to an L, but they're all the same because they're an L.
Oh, a loss is a loss, and in some cases, a tie is a loss.
Yes. Yes. Cleveland fans.
Mm-hmm.
If only Johnny was here. John has so much. Good Johnny. His team got a tie. He got a big win in his debut.
Big win over me.
Yeah.
Ah,
He smoked you.
I know. First timer. Just. Oof,
I will say that I helped him out. I told him to take out Fuller, so I might have helped you a bit. I don't think it would have helped you. You
I
lost
don't
like
even know if
50
it would have
points.
made a difference. It was a rough.
But yeah, I
weekend
gave him a
there.
heads up right before. I'm like, you might want to change that guy. He's like, Baker's going in. Like, well, one, that's a quarterback, and two, he's not playing.
Awesome. He's just determined to play Baker Mayfield this year, and I'm fully behind him.
I kind of want to change our flex to a wide receiver, running back, tight end, or QB, just to see him throw Baker in there and be like, yo, John, you can throw your quarterback in.
You do that right after I cut my backup quarterback after you turned me for having a backup quarterback.
Oh, no, I would do it just to see him put in Baker. You would put a quarterback in that position?
Probably.
Yeah.
But no, because your quarterback had a good week, but would you do that in general?
My quarterback had a terrible week, but I would.
No,
yes.
Patrick, your backup
Oh,
on your
Mahomes
bench
did,
put up
yeah.
like...
I would put up a backup quarterback over most flex people because quarterbacks
Really?
get you like close to 20 points a week in this league, right? In all the other positions, you might get 10. So it's like doubling up that alone.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know.
I
I just
agree.
always feel like running back or receivers just kind of...
It depends. Like
Go
receiver is a better flex in a PPR, and I find running back's a better flex in a standard, which we have. So, like, most of the time I'm going to throw a running back in there. But the running backs here in our pool seem to be 15, 17, on a good day. And quarterbacks on a good day, like Mahomes went for 28 on us. So, definitely toss a quarterback in for sure. Also, there's like a real, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there, and there's not a lot of skill positions on waivers. So
It's true. Yeah, quarterback actually. Yeah, no, you've made a good case. You guys have turned me. I would possibly put a quarterback in.
it's funny because like quarterback's the most valuable position, but you can wait till like round 8 to draft them and cycle them a lot of the year.
It is kind of most valuable, but like you said, like you've talked about before, you think you'd want to take the best quarterback, but then the day you kind of want to take a garbage time quarterback. Like Tom Brady, sure, he'll put you up 20 points, but he might put you up 12 just because he doesn't need to throw the ball.
And it's value over position too, right? I mean, there isn't a huge spread of points available for quarterbacks. You get about the first 10 to, even 15 quarterbacks, and you're not seeing a huge like point differential versus like really, really steep drop-offs after like the 15th best receiver or something like that.
Well, we can just check that out right now. What's it, like 10 quarterbacks this week put up 20 or more?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Well, just
4,
to speak to the
5,
garbage
6, 7,
quarterback,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The bad
garbage
quarterback
quarterback?
rule is like who is top scorer this week? Free agent Ryan Fitzpatrick, right?
It was the beard. Who called it?
I
It was
told-
you.
I
You
told
said it was the
I
beard.
said you should have been your beard buddy.
It's true.
You got to be beard buddies.
You should have stood by your brethren.
That was like them going to town on the Saints was like the most stunning thing this week. I swear to God.
The crazy
Like,
thing is Fitzpatrick's 1 and Breeze's 2.
Yeah.
Breeze had the second most points. They just shot out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, different league, but yeah.
That's beautiful. I have Michael Thomas in a different pool, and he friggin' went off. It was like 180, like 2 touchdowns. Beautiful. And I don't even like that guy. I just kind of picked him
Michael
because he was
Thomas?
best on the board.
Is that the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so hard with them because Kamara plays a lot too, right? Like
Yeah.
they split it, so...
The Saints are really weird. They're like the Pats where it like cycles sometimes and you end up with shit. And so I don't really like to take a ton of Saints, Kamara aside.
But both of those guys, especially in PPR leagues, right? Both of those guys rack up points.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't
Kamara's a
even
god right now.
interfere.
Like Kamara's an absolute god right now. He's like their whole running back offense. He's 3 downs, rushing, catching. He's great. Too bad.
He's the man.
He's
So-
the man.
We want to just... I guess we'll give a quick recap of our weeks in fantasy football.
Yeah.
We all did shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lindsay, you finished last with only 70 points. Shane, you were right behind with 82.
Yeah.
I did the best out of the three of us. I finished 7th.
I made the super genius move of benching Patrick Mahomes for Matt Stafford, which is basically like the opposite experience of what you want out of a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mahomes had the day that Stafford, hopefully would have had.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking,
I was
right?
getting.
Yeah.
So that was pretty rough. Like it kind of starts at the quarterback, and then Doug Baldwin got hurt like first quarter, ripped his knee, so caught a donut, and everybody else kind of just underperformed except Gronk, who was gronking like
Gronk.
Crazy.
Well, Barkley went off for you.
Oh, he shot
Barkley
off
did pretty
big
well.
time.
Yeah, he was. Most of that was just like I think he had a 70-yard
65, 60 or 70 yards, yeah.
like touchdown. So it's really nice, but I was a little worried because he was off to a really slow start.
Well, that's what I saw. I mean, he was doing trash, and then he got that big run. He finished 18 attempts, 106 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll take that every day for sure.
Well, that's 10 points already.
Yeah.
And add the
I saw like Calais Campbell said that he thinks he's going to be a Hall of Famer after playing against him. He's like, just the way like he moves and cuts and everything. Like he's a rookie. Like I don't understand why this kid can't be like one of the greatest of all time.
It's just so early. I hate when they say shit like that. I saw one guy be like, if Deshaun Watson can play every game like he did the first 6 games of his career, he's going to be the greatest quarterback ever. Like, you can say that about any quarterback. Like that's the most. He's gonna play that exact every single. Like, get out of here. Fox Sports. Fox Sports is the worst.
And I mean, like nobody's best performance ever carries on. It's like you call it regression to the mean, right? You always you definitely don't want to bet on somebody who just had their best season.
Well, this was actually perfect. I mean, 106 yards and 18 carries your first game. That's like good, but it's not like blow him out of the water type game. Also, so he's very steady, which is good.
We're talking Jacksonville too, right? So, like they play Jacksonville.
That's a good.
So I mean, Jacksonville that defensive front is crazy.
Yeah,
their whole defense is crazy. Yeah. It's like you want to avoid them basically all year whenever you can. Like I had ODB in a different pool this week, and I just expected almost nothing, and he actually did pretty well.
Who?
It was like Beckham.
Oh yeah. Beckham had over 100 yards, I think.
Like so, pretty good, but like you gotta expect crap against Jags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They only got a yellow here on Yahoo. They didn't get a red. So
scary, man.
Those colors never make any sense on Yahoo. Disagree.
It's all
actually the red. I do trust the red, but I don't trust the yellow.
Sometimes I trust the red. Yeah, the red. They're pretty accurate on the red.
Delvin Cook was weird. He was playing against the Niners, which obviously we watched every rep he took, and he got off to a really hot start.
Yeah.
And he was catching and rushing, and like, man, is he explosive and slippery? Holy shit! And then he just kind of disappeared. Yeah. And I don't really know why.
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was watching. I was like, this guy's like, he's just a beast. The way he just runs up the middle, and
so impressive.
I was liking watching him. Yeah.
I don't think I saw him full time last year, like, because
well, he was hurt.
He was hurt, yeah. But he played 4 or 6 games or something, and see him do his like whole body of work, and like, holy shit, man, guy's really good.
Because I watched that whole game too. It was it was a good game.
I don't usually like guys coming off ACLs, but damn, I'm into it.
I mean, nowadays thinking about running backs, I mean, I'll go for it. Him, AP, a lot of running backs. It's almost like they come back stronger. That's what they say, though, right?
It's like 50-50, right? They come back stronger or they're changed forever, and it's just the end of their career.
As long as they don't get too much in their head, they're good.
Yeah.
If they're worried and they're like where they're going to tear it again, you're fucked. If you just kind of go.
Are you worried about that with Wentz?
Well, I got to see him play. You know what I mean? If you see him play,
I don't. He's the kind of guy to play tentative. I feel like he's kind of a baller.
And I think at quarterback too, it might just change his style from he might just not run as much, even though he didn't run a lot, but he could just be more in the pocket. Mm-hmm. That's not an issue. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. He's fucking burned the Bears defense with one leg.
Yeah.
Not like, I don't know. I think he should be fine. Obviously I want him to get in soon, but
he is a baller, and like when he hurt himself, I was hoping it wouldn't take that away, We'll
find out hopefully week 3. Hopefully.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I saw the Eagles are going to name a starter tomorrow, which probably means it's Foles.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? Yeah. I mean, it would be awesome if it was Wentz, but I'm cool with Foles taking one more.
When's your bye? Do you remember?
It's after we play in London, so I think it's like week 7 maybe.
Yeah. Be nice to have an early one, because then they'd probably just like, if it was like week 5 or something, they just hold him out. Foles will play a month.
No, it's not 8. Yeah, I think it's a late one.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
other fantasy teams, Lindsay?
Lindsay,
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about my other fantasy teams. They're doing great. Winning everywhere. Except this one.
Except this one.
Except this
The
one.
only one that
Except
matters.
the league in question.
Yes.
The only league that matters.
I mean, you're for the league in question. Like, what were you happy about this week and sad about? You had a lot of injuries.
I did have a lot of injuries. Okay, let's go through.
You didn't put anybody on your bet or in your IR. I think you can. I think we have an IR plus.
Maybe I don't want to like show my hand exactly right now.
Yeah.
I am facing
mean-
you this week, Dylan, but maybe I've got some moves.
No, I
maybe
meant-
I got some things in the works. I don't know.
I mean, I think you could have put Carson Wentz on your IR plus, and you could have picked up a player in week 1.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I mean, we'll see.
Isn't
how
IR
things-
plus?
Wait,
I think there is. Yeah.
how long can I put a guy on there?
As long as he's not, like, as long until you take him off.
You know, I rarely use my IR. I probably should.
Like
Okay,
questionable. Yeah. Or
Thank
no,
you
sorry, we
for
don't.
the
I mean, no, we don't have an
unsolicited
IR plus. Sorry.
recommendation. I
I've
might
never heard
just
of that before. That's crazy.
That might not be a football thing. I know we had it in hockey, IR plus. So if the guy's like doubtful
Mm-hmm.
for like a game in hockey, it's helpful, right? Because then you can pick
That'd be
somebody up.
really nice, man.
Yeah.
I would toss Doug Baldwin on there right now.
I can look into it, and if it's an option, we can throw it on there. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead, Lindsay. You were saying.
Oh yeah, I guess I was just trying to be coy here with my with my
I'm like,
game
it's
plan
looking
coming into
good
this
right
week.
now. Your whole team's hurt, so.
Yeah, I mean things are gonna have to change. A change gonna have to come. Other leagues, oof, highs and lows. I got Saquon. He was a big plus in one league. Let's see, Captain.
Are we talking other leagues? Do other leagues? They don't exist to me.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. I only play in one league.
I mean, you just kind of had a lot of mediocrity and injuries.
Yeah, pretty
So-
well everyone underperformed. I had Delaney. He's on injury reserve now.
Yep.
Oh wait, is that this?
Delaney
league?
died. Devonta Freeman also
Oof.
kind of mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, Derrick
He
Henry
was churning.
was well under projection.
Fournette too. He kind of disappeared, but he.
Well,
appeared-
Fournette got hurt.
He got
He
hurt.
seems like he's fine.
He'll be
Yeah.
back this week. Yeah,
Um,
like hamstring, I think.
yeah. And Hopkins was kind of bottled, like as much as you can bottle Hopkins, and Jimmy Garoppolo ended up against like a fiery, good, my God, defense.
I mean, I knew that.
Mm.
You going into Minnesota, I knew it wasn't going to be a good
Yeah.
week, but I mean, I'm rolling with Jimmy G.
I mean,
He's
Nick
my-
Foles burned
my-
that defense, but whatever. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo is just not a MVP quarterback.
Nick Foles couldn't burn toast right now. So
Well,
I mean,
one's got a Super Bowl ring. One guy couldn't.
Jimmy Garoppolo has like
throw the
2 Super Bowl rings.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't count. That doesn't count at all. He didn't play one game. You don't get
still has
you
them.
don't get a
I'm
ring.
sorry,
He
do the
still
math.
has them.
Yes, it does.
Dude, like everybody, the Water Boys get rings. Everybody gets rings.
Are you proud of those rings?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Rings,
proud of
man.
those.
it's a team.
Hell yeah.
You win as a
It's
team.
just, that ring is the same equivalent of me buying a ring and putting it on my finger.
Go buy one.
I will. I will do it, and I'll be a apparently Super Bowl winning quarterback because I got a ring on my finger.
I didn't say he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winner.
Oh, get out of here.
Championship experience.
On the bench.
But yeah, no,
He has as much championship experience as the fans in the audience.
Mini is for real, man. Like that D is solid, like at every level. Like their defensive line's ridiculous, and they added Sheldon Richardson, which I totally forgot about.
Their
And
secondary's great too.
Their secondary's stupid. Like Harrison Smith's such a good safety. Like that guy's all over the place. He's dropping down, he's blitzing, he's taking out running backs on sweep plays, he's picking them off. Like that guy's really good. In one of our other pools, we split defense up into individual players this year.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How's that
For
going?
just some extra layers. It's interesting, man.
It's a real wild card too. We've never done
Yeah.
this before, right? So
Yeah, that's a weird way to do it.
Which is fun, but I took
cool, yeah,
Harrison
it's-
Smith, so him
Yeah.
going off was like real nice over in that pool.
See, I don't know enough about really defensive players to.
It's just one at every position group basically, and there's enough stars that you kind of know all the stars. You know?
I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Like there was enough stars to just take a full defensive lineup of all-star Pro Bowl guys.
yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's a
I
different
ended up
way to do
accounting
things.
for more than half of the points in the pool too.
Yeah.
Like my point leader was Khalil Mack
Yeah.
this week.
Khalil
Yeah.
Mack.
God, Khalil Mack went off.
Khalil
Yes, he
Mack
did.
made the Raiders look stupid. Then they made themselves look stupid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
double whammy. Sorry, Gruden.
Oh man.
He looked great right at the start of the game. I saw someone say the Raiders. Gruden scripted the first 15 plays or so, and he probably spent about 10 years thinking about them. And then after that, nothing. Nothing.
I didn't think we'd have more than 15 plays in a game.
He's like, after those first 15 plays, all Rams. All Rams all night.
Oh,
That's
see, I didn't.
pretty rough.
Fuck, I didn't watch the games last night. I didn't realize both were blowouts.
It wasn't really like it kind of got away in the fourth, but it was pretty close. Like the first half was really tight. I was really impressed with the Raiders. They came out with this like high tempo, like hurry up offense with a lot of aggressiveness, and it was really nice. You know, Jared Cook friggin' went off. They're just, I don't know. They looked a lot better than I would have thought.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that kind of offensive domination. I mean, they were very, very weak. Like, defensive line was just totally hollow, though. On the defensive side, it was just, it was a train wreck.
They have the oldest team in the league by a pretty fair stretch. I saw it's like the average age is 28, and they have like 6 players over 30 or something, both of which was like the highest in the league. So, yeah, they're going to get really tired as the season goes on, too.
Well, that's
It's going to get worse.
The Browns have the youngest team, apparently.
Yep. They kind of have to. Christ, they're all draft picks now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, did you see that? Did I send you that graphic? Yeah, of like
All the players from last season.
how the Browns basically turned over half their roster again
Like
from
more
last
than
year
half
because they
almost.
switched GMs, right?
Mm.
They switched GMs and philosophies. Like I think it was right before the draft last year, or right after or something. So it's like when you switch GM, you're starting fresh again.
Yeah.
Even though you got a bunch of guys on the team.
They want to make it their own team, yeah.
And again, they just had to clean out all these wasted picks and like Corey Coleman being a 15th overall pick and just getting cut, basically. Or they got a 7th in 2020 for him or something like that. It's just ridiculous, man. Like shameful Browns drafting. But
Tyrod was looking good yesterday, though, or the day before, I should say.
I thought the Browns looked quite good, actually.
It was surprising, and Jarvis Landry too. Like he was really moving the ball. They were clicking together. It was.
Tyrod picked it up near the end because he sucked at the beginning.
He did start slow, but
Yeah, he
definitely
kinda picked it up,
second
yeah.
half was way better.
I watched overtime. That's all I watched. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He has serious wheels, man. He went for like 80 yards too.
Yeah.
He only threw for like $180 or something like that, but he threw on 80 yards and a touchdown rushing, and it's like that's where Tyrod's value is in fantasy perspective. And you know, if anybody was in need of a quarterback, like Tyrod is worth a grab.
And I
at this
mean,
point.
that's basically what Baker's probably gonna be like too, right? Because Baker's got wheels too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's just gonna like once Baker comes in, it's basically just
They're not going to have
not
to
even
change
really
anything.
change,
Yeah.
So I always think that your backup should be the same as your starter, like the
Mhm.
same style, you know, or
I like that
same
prep.
like same-ish quarterback. Like get as close as you can because then the other guy can come in. Like when they had RG3 backing up Flacco, it's like what the fuck is that? Like
You're going to have an entirely
That's
different
the most
playbook, an
yeah.
entirely different strategy. And
one
like,
guy's like an option quarterback, one
Or
guy's
like
yeah.
Cap with Blaine Gabbert as his backup. Like what is that?
Yeah.
Who thought that was a good? Well, Trent Baalke thought that was a good idea. He's an
Yeah.
idiot. But like, you know, you got to come close, man. You got to try a little bit. I think who is it in? I forget who's backing up Mariota this year. It's Gabbert.
Oh, okay.
Gabbert's
Oh,
backing up
God,
Mariota
yeah.
this year.
Well, I mean, the Ravens had RG3, but they also have Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But they
Because those are pretty similar.
They signed RG3 before they drafted Lamar Jackson.
So maybe they were planning on kicking Falco out,
I hope so.
and then he went off.
That'd be
Mhm.
funny. That'd be
But
really
I
funny.
don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
I think
Yeah,
after
that-
this year. I do.
Oh, but I mean, like this season, I don't think
Oh no, he's staying.
No.
He's probably
He's staying.
I think Harbaugh too. He's too steady Eddie. Like I feel like it probably is the right move to sit Lamar this year and give him a little bit extra experience, right? You don't want to keep putting these guys out in their first year and
Yeah.
getting eaten alive. But like, I feel like the fan base is totally ready for Lamar, and Flacco's totally overrated and has been for years.
Yep.
And I
just
don't
been
know.
coasting since the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
I
and
mean,
even then
obviously-
he like they dragged him to the Super Bowl like kicking and screaming. I'm not gonna say he didn't have some good plays or that it wasn't a good day, and I know he's got a good arm, but that man. Ugh,
No, yeah,
mediocre.
Flacco's not anything special, that's for sure.
No, I mean, I obviously hate losing the Niners-Ravens Super Bowl. We're discussing. I hated losing that Super Bowl for a variety of reasons, but big on the list was Joe Flacco got to walk around for 5 years acting like he was a good quarterback. You know? Like, because I don't think he deserves it. I think he's been always kind of solidly mediocre. Yeah. He had one good playoff run. We should have won that Super Bowl. We had it and kind of gave it away. So... yeah, I have a lot of regrets.
Okay, I was talking to my buddy about this the other day. Okay, who was in the lead before the blackout?
They were
Ravens.
Okay, that's what I knew it was.
Yeah, big time.
My buddy was saying something. He's like, "Oh, I think that game was rigged for Ray Lewis because of the blackout." I'm like, "Well, no, they were in the lead before that."
Other way around.
Yeah.
Other way around.
Okay, yeah. So
Ray Lewis didn't even really show up for that game. I mean,
Ray Lewis was already retired. He was just still wearing his jersey.
He was just like number one cheerleader and like coach on the field, I guess.
No, there was this play right at the end, which Niners fans will remember, where the only rushing play we tried down there in the red zone at the last sequence, because they threw 4 passes inexplicably, even with Frank Gore like sitting there, like Frank could totally get a touchdown and win that Super Bowl
every time.
And they ran an option run, and it was so loud in there, they got halfway through the play before they noticed that Harbaugh had called timeout, and they were absolutely clear running lanes, and it would have been the Super Bowl winning touchdown, but Jimmy Harbaugh called timeout before we could snap it.
The 49ers didn't run the ball before the Seahawks didn't run the ball in the Super Bowl?
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was preceded Marshawn Lynch?
We did it first.
Threw 2 fades to Michael Crabtree, which is always really high level of success.
Can't get a pass interference. Or Crabtree. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about fucking shitty. The guy who went to the Eagles.
Torrey.
Oh.
Torrey Smith.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought that's what I was thinking of for a second.
Then he went to the Eagles.
Yeah. Torrey Smith, he's trash. No, Michael Crabtree.
Equally low effort. Actually, Krabs played like with a little bit of effort when he was in Oakland.
Yeah.
It was like he found a little bit of fire, but he never went for it. Like he never like went balls out for any play.
He was always getting
until
TDs
that
though.
point.
He was getting good TDs. I love picking him in fantasy.
Not when we had him.
Oh, no. With the Raiders, yeah.
With the Raiders,
I was picking him the last few years in fantasy, and like everybody would take Amari Cooper. He'd go off for 100 yards, no TDs. Crabtree would get like 2 TDs in the red zone.
Yeah. I don't know where the hell he was, like, up until that point.
Aqib Talib stole his soul last year, too.
Twice.
He ripped his chain off mid-game twice.
He wouldn't give it back.
He wouldn't give it back.
Rules of the street.
No, I think the play calling down there at the end of that Super Bowl was terrible, and I'll always resent Michael Crabtree just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for his lack of grit.
He didn't go for it. He didn't
lack of grit.
out.
And noise. Do you hate noise too? Because it cost you.
More
Detest
crabs.
it. It's so offensive.
More crabs.
Anytime I hear loud noise now, I just
silence.
lose my dog.
But back to the present, because the Niners will be back making new playoff memories soon. Hopefully this year.
So was there a joke?
That was funny. That was a funny joke.
5 Super Bowls, buddy. Keep laughing.
Hey, what'd you done for me lately?
Won 5 Super Bowls.
You're 0-1. You're 1-1.
Eagles are barely 1-0.
1-0, baby. Doesn't matter if you win by an
No,
inch or a mile.
it
A win's a win.
I agree.
Vin Diesel, Fast and Furious.
That's a quote I can live with.
Classic.
We watched like 4 of those Fast and Furious movies
Did
last
anyone else
week.
see
They were all on
that?
TV.
Oh,
It was
really?
a huge marathon. They went,
a
and
Fast
it was
Furious
funny
marathon.
too. It was like Fast and Furious. It went backwards from like
Yeah.
7 down to 1.
Oh, really?
So it was like
So the quality
Benjamin
just went
buttoning
down.
this like
Just watch them in
like Paul
reverse.
Walker, and everybody was getting younger and younger. It
Yep.
was
Yeah, if you
Oh,
watch
you're
them,
just like, no Paul Walker, then he's
Yeah.
back. You're like, well, where'd Paul Walker come
Exactly.
from?
if you watch them in reverse, it's a story of a car thief becoming a cop,
Oh my God, just blew my mind.
right?
Well, a deceased car thief becoming.
Exactly. A ghost.
Well, technically, he isn't dead actually in the movies. That's true. He's not.
he
dead in
just
the
kind
movies.
of rides off
He rode off into the sunset.
into the sunset
Yeah,
because
it's
he's
not-
got a
he
family
didn't die,
now.
It's true.
Yeah, he didn't
Like
die.
he comes back from his family and goes through a bunch of drag racing shit,
So
and
he
then
could-
becomes a cop.
He
That's
could technically come back to the movies. You never know.
It's
Mhm.
true. It's true. Anyway,
I'll talk about Fast
that
Furious.
was your
all day.
fault. That was your fault. You can't bring up Vin
I'm sorry.
Diesel.
So, yeah, I mean, and I guess just for me quickly, my team, I don't know. Fantasy football's stupid. I hate it.
Oh, it's really dumb. I hate it right now.
I'll just say I said it off the air. I should have won my matchup. going to after the first half of the Packers-Bears, Bears defense had 24 points. Aaron Rodgers had 2.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the game, Aaron Rodgers had 24. Bears defense had 14.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, they fucked me.
So you lost to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I lost 100% to Aaron Rodgers. It's the only reason why I lost. I mean, yeah, I didn't have some. I really got to stop just going hard on the Eagles. That wasn't a good call.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
I think we all understand.
I mean, Ajayi did well, and everybody else just kind of shit the bed.
I love Ajayi.
He's awesome.
But yeah,
No,
I left a lot on my Kenny Stills, Chris Goodwin, Emmanuel Sanders.
Kenny Stills had a surprisingly good week.
See, even Sanders too.
Yeah.
Sanders went off.
Yeah. I actually saw that a lot in the preseason, that Emmanuel Sanders and Keenum had really good rhythm.
Oh, yeah?
And I was trying to get him a few places, and I kind of kept missing him.
Well, guess who's
I got
going
him
in
in
week
one.
2 for Dylan?
Oh, hell yeah.
Emmanuel's.
I took him in daily in DraftKings. I actually had pretty good weekend on DraftKings. Won $7, but I spent like $12 to get in. So,
so
it's a loss, but
I won -$5.
exactly. I won $5.
puts in $20, wins
got
10, thinks he's up.
Yeah,
win.
that's a win, bud. Fucking way she goes. But yeah, it was. He was quite a good guy on DraftKings. Keenum, Emmanuel Sanders, obviously Fitz magic, all over the place. That's probably why I didn't win more money on DraftKings, because some smart people took Fitzpatrick for like bottom basement dollars.
I feel like it's more Fitzpatrick fans took Fitzpatrick. I don't think anybody. There's no way anybody could have been like, "Oh, Fitzpatrick's going."
Probably
no,
not.
you can't predict that.
No, it's definitely just people who like Fitzpatrick.
Sometimes you get in these roster crunches playing daily where like
Well,
you
you take
really
people.
like the rest of your roster, so you like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick from one of these 3 bad guys.
That's true. Yeah, you try to be
And-
different, so that way that's how you win.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So I could see some people just going against the herd and picking up your Keenum or your Fitzpatrick or something. I did that all over daily, Keenum too, because like he's really cheap and it allows you to have more explosive guys in other places.
No, you should take next week.
What?
My boy Kirk Cousins.
Never.
It's going off.
Never.
Don't you wish you guys would have taken
they-
him instead of Garoppolo?
No.
I
no.
never watched
Never.
him because I don't watch
Not for a goddamn moment.
Well, I mean,
for a
he
moment.
kind of taught Garoppolo.
Okay,
A thing or two.
the Minnesota defense, like up here, Niners defense, solidly in the middle.
Know what crazy was about that game? I was watching it. How many times receivers were just wide open to where nobody was at them for both teams?
I know.
It's like Minnesota, like Garoppolo. Well, first of all, just run play actions all the time.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah.
They ran the same play action play 3 times and got yards every time.
Yeah.
But it was like there's so many times where it's like Garoppolo Cousins throws the ball and there's a guy just standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck is the team?
It's week 1, man. Like
It showed.
That was the most craziest game I've ever watched in terms of that.
I was seeing like, a lot of people saying like because guys don't play in the preseason anymore, that week 1, week 2
Makes 'em
is
rusty.
really rusty.
It's basically the new preseason.
Yeah. Week 1 or 2 is a new preseason, and guys are willing to stay healthy and be rusty instead of get a little dinged up and be ready.
Oh, I think it makes sense. Why risk getting injured when you can just risk losing one game?
Yeah.
Like, why lose
Because
your season,
greatness.
right?
Dylan. Because
True.
greatness.
So it's like
True.
the Rams and the Bears basically didn't play starters all preseason. Like it was all backups all 4 games, and those are conscious decisions.
I just think it's a mistake because week 1 matters as much as week 17.
It does. I just
I
think don't do preseason games.
They should only have 2.
That or
Yeah,
that, I mean.
yeah.
They should have 2.
There has to be some sort of a balance. Or at least, I mean, like put your guys in, but just don't play them as hard.
Well, all that's going to happen, honestly, if they take away 2 preseason games, they're just going to add 2 to the regular season. So,
Well, that's better.
yeah,
I'd prefer that.
yeah.
That was actually a plan. I can't remember her name. She worked at was it Gold Management? She worked for Ari Gold
Okay.
on Entourage.
Oh, jeez. I thought you were talking about a real person.
If I knew her
I know
name,
Entourage is
yeah.
real. I know Entourage is real. I'm sorry.
Anyways, no, they did a season where they talked about bringing a team to LA,
Yeah.
and she wanted to sit on the meeting. He's like, "Oh, what do you know about football? Like, what would you do?" She's like, "I'd eliminate 2 preseason games, have an 18-game schedule." He's like, "All right, you can sit in."
As long as the quality wouldn't go down too much.
I don't know. The players don't really want it.
At the end of the day, it's their call to. If they don't want to play 18 games, we shouldn't we should be like, no, play 18 games. I think more games hurts in general. Like look at baseball or even hockey.
Yeah.
80's basketball.
Yeah. Too
many games. Just what's the point of watching all those games? You're not getting quality.
Don't watch any of those sports till the end of those seasons, if at all.
Or just basically the playoffs, really. I mean, that's what I love about football is everything feels so high stakes.
Yeah. Well, every game's
at any moment.
Pretty much a playoff game.
Yeah.
You lose 2 games,
that's it. That's make or break.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess that's enough about our fantasy. Should we
and then
props
there's
anybody?
Survival.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to talk about survival? We all sucked.
Everybody took strikes, but honestly, like I joined a larger group for one of the 49ers websites follow, and there's like 80 people in there, and a lot of those people took strikes too. So we're not alone.
Oh no, I think it's
a lot of suicide strikes.
It was a
everywhere
weird
this
week 1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's it was a weird week across the league, but definitely for survival football because man, that was rough out there. Yeah, I had the Lions. I was laughing at everybody on Sunday like, you suckers. You're all taking strikes week 1. You suck. And then Monday rolls around and holy Christ, did I take a mega strike there with the Lions.
Yeah, I took the Saints.
Good on the Jets, man.
Absolutely.
Darnold looked great.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That guy, they got they finally have, it seems like a quarterback.
Yeah.
That was their biggest strain for the longest time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a quarterback too. He carries himself.
Is he Wentz-esque?
He's kind of like he seems like a leader. He's got like swag, but it isn't, he just seems very secure in himself. And he's kind of a dork, and he seems to have embraced it, which makes me like him even more.
Yeah, way less of an athlete, I'd say, than Wentz.
Where did, what college did you go to? That says a lot about a player.
USC.
He went to USC?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. He should be way more of a... Yeah, he does look like a dork.
They love those... You know, like USC loves their, 6'2" blonde... pocket quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, this guy, but this guy's
that's their whole model.
This guy's
over
not
there.
blonde.
No.
He's not?
He's a ginger.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
I like a strawberry ginger.
And he was the youngest quarterback ever at 21. So that's crazy.
Of all time. Yeah.
Youngest to start week 1. And
he didn't throw a lot. He only threw 21 times.
Yeah, but he looked good. Like he looked in command. He had a lot of good conversions and a lot of big throws and moments,
Oh, and just on the sideline too. He was going around and rallying the troops. He had personal relationships with everybody. Yeah. He was lifting people up and going over notes and stuff like that. On the defense
too.
He was reaching across the aisle. He seemed really guys were looking to him.
Yeah.
He really just it
was impressive
to be that young and to get that kind of respect from the boys. That bodes well.
Let's hope he doesn't get Theismann and has a short career.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's smart too. He scrambled a few times and he's pretty quick, but I don't think that's going to be a big weapon, for him. I think he kind of looked like Stafford, honestly.
Okay.
If I'm just trying to place it as a comp.
That makes sense.
The way he kind of floats in the pocket.
Gives me an idea.
He's kind of quick and big, a strong arm and I'd say better, especially yesterday.
So far after one game, yeah.
Especially yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked really good. So while I hate taking a strike, it was nice to see a rook show up. But you got beat by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I sure did. Who would have seen that one coming? Yeah. No, I thought I was going to play it really safe this week. I wasn't going to take any big risks. I was just going to play it straight ahead and blew up in my face. So, yeah, good times. Good times over here.
Well, both teams we lost to scored 48 points. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. Trivia.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
What does it mean?
Twinsies.
It means big L's. Big old L's.
I got screwed over by a 6-hour rain delay.
Oh, yeah.
I took Tennessee over Miami.
Oh. That sucked because it was pretty even. Mariota got hurt, which left you with Blaine Gabbert fighting for your survivor life, and that's never good.
Only lost by 7 points.
Yeah. Frank Gore had a great day. He
Did
ran
he?
it was 6 for 70 yards or something like that.
961.
961?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
I love him.
61 yards. Yeah.
He's really close to going to 4th all time.
Oh, he's ageless.
It should happen next game apparently.
Timeless.
He's 30 yards off or something. Hall of Fame. Frank Gore. My favorite
First
49er of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Frank Gore.
He's
Hell
incredible.
yeah, man.
Favorite 49er. It's such a rich history of 49ers.
Yeah.
Over Joe Montana.
Well, I kind of missed Montana,
Rice.
I caught Steve Young right at the end, and I kind of missed Jerry Rice too. I love T.O., but he was only here for like 3 years, you know, and he like blew up the team on his way out, you know. Frank was so consistent and so like such a leader, and like, you know, for like so long he was our constant, man. Like, no, Frank's the man.
And especially through the dark years, like like me coming into the team in like the depths of their like failure. Yeah, exactly. And then like Frank was it. He was like the one beacon of hope in a dark and dreary world, man.
Absolutely.
Without Frank, I don't know if I could have.
Love Frank forever, but there's no way he'll ever hear this, because I can guarantee Frank Orr doesn't know what a podcast is or care. So love you, Frank, even though you'll never know, buddy.
Hey man, you never know. A lot of these guys, once they retire, like, podcasts are a good avenue to make money.
Oh,
you
true.
might start a podcast.
Like Aaron Foster.
Aaron Foster,
Martellus Bennett.
It's like, whoa, the future is here.
Like, Frank Orr seems like a dude who like doesn't have a cell phone.
No.
And you're like, what do you mean you don't have a cell phone? He's like, I don't need one.
Beat me, bro.
I don't need one. You'll find me. You can find me.
I'm good.
I got email.
So yeah, suicide this week. If you want to listen to me again, even though I clearly led you astray last week, I think there's a couple pretty clear options. The Saints being kind of the most obvious.
Unless you're one of those 40% of people who picked it last week.
And cannot pick it
again.
again.
No longer do that anymore.
So Cleveland coming in to visit the incredibly angry New Orleans Saints in the Dome down in New Orleans. And I don't really like the Browns' chances, despite them looking scrappy against the Steelers, you know, slowing down that machine. So definitely gonna go Saints on that one. But Lindsay cannot. So
yeah, and I haven't actually made my pick yet. I'm just looking at it right now.
The other
live pick.
The other swinging option that people seem to like is San Diego visiting Buffalo.
I just saw that. I was thinking of that too.
Yeah, which is definitely good. But as me and Lindsay were talking about before we went on the air, the Chargers have this distinct ability to play down to everyone that they are playing against.
Yeah, they'll make it a game. Like, you'll think, oh, this will be a blowout, but they'll make it a game. It'll be like a 3-point spread for sure.
What about
I would take the hell out of that if Nathan Peterman's starting again, because holy shit, did he look terrible.
There's no way that guy can
he's
start.
So bad.
There's
like
no way he can start.
He's legendary bad, man. That kid is so bad. Like, he needs to play in the CFL or nowhere, honestly. Like, he needs to be out of the fucking league. He's terrible.
Like, well, that's like, it's like, don't stop playing. Go to the CFL and play.
No, I actually, you know, Cap's going to win his collusion case just based on Nathan Peterman's stats. So, like, you know, I hope he kind of keeps playing. So, if Nathan Peterman starts, I might switch this to the Chargers. But I heard that they're going to start the kid, Allen, this week.
Well, what about if Rodgers can't play? Vikings, Packers.
Oh, they'll destroy them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I might wait. I might take Vikings. Wait to see.
Yeah, wait on the injury reports.
Yeah. If not, I might go Broncos over Raiders.
That's an interesting one. I think he might be out.
I'm gonna be. I'm terrible.
The Raiders looked all right last week. Although
terrible at survivors.
Watch the division games is all I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking. Yeah.
AFC West.
I mean, I almost want to say Niners over Lions, but I feel like obviously I'm so biased and I can't see clearly. So.
Well, there's always.
I feel like we can win.
There's a chance the Lions are very mad. Also, like we're probably a little mad, but you know, we hung with the Vikings. It was like not the best game, but it wasn't really the worst either. It was like, I thought there was a lot to take out of it, and most Niners fans seem to feel the same way. Yeah,
and I think just looking back at like Kyle's last year, and I just feel like we're kind of off to a bit of a slow start, and he takes a little while to get his rhythm going.
Yeah.
And I mean, we only have 1 year of data, but it doesn't bode well. I don't know, maybe.
Garoppolo threw 2 TDs, so that's good.
Oh, fuck off. It feels like growth, you know? Like, after watching the Niners come out of this pit in the last few years, it feels like growth. It's a much better, healthier team.
They're 0-1.
Oh my God, it's been like 5 years of that now, man. Like, we were 2-14 2 years ago. Like, things are on the up.
Oh, yeah.
Very on the up. And we lost the first 10 games last year.
You know what the Eagles were last year? Super Bowl champions. You're just going to hear that all season.
You deserve it.
You're right.
It is your right. And I'll never take it away from you. You can go fuck yourself.
By the football gods themselves.
Well, they're playing the Bucks this week. I like that.
Yeah,
Show Fitzpatrick what's up.
it's true.
You can run around
Is
this
that
league.
in Tampa or in
Yeah,
Philly?
it's in Tampa.
It kind of sucks. It might pour rain though, because it's all like hurricane season, right?
We don't mind.
You want Foles in the slop down in Tampa against Fitz Magic?
All I
Like
care
football
about
weather,
is
Shane.
our defense and Ajayi. We're good.
Oh hell yeah, I'll take that.
Run the ball. Stop the pass.
I'll take that all
Just gotta
day.
stop Fitzpatrick. Come on, we're good.
Come on, man. Aguilar's got to go like 8 for 30 again here.
I need Aguilar, Ertz, Jake Elliott, and Jay Ajayi to have big games.
They all gotta show up.
They all have
If you want to trade one of these Eagles, I'm open for business.
I might give
that's
away
a lot of
Aguilar.
Well, I
Eagles.
think
I might give away Aguilar.
Come by week, you'll be looking for some trades. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
sit on that.
No shit, right?
Yeah, that's true.
To leverage half that Eagles All-Star roster.
hmm
I think if I would give up anybody, it'd be Aguilar, but I just don't know how much I would get for Aguilar just because until Wentz comes back.
I think
Even Ertz, like, I wouldn't give up Ertz, but I'd give up Aguilar probably.
you want to. I'd say you want to sell high on that
Just because
before
Jeffrey
comes back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Wentz too, but I'd say more Jeffrey. than
This is a
anything.
pretty good year for tight ends. First in a while.
Yeah,
Like the
it's
last
true.
couple seasons, it's been like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But
There's
we've
actually
got, like,
viable
6 or
tight ends
7
on
tight ends now.
waivers
Uh-huh.
for once.
That's I forgot. Like for the longest time, it was Antonio Gates, Gronk,
Mm-hmm.
or
Kelsey,
Kelsey.
Kelsey. Yeah.
Then
Kelsey.
Ertz kind of stepped up.
Yep.
And then now
Delaney too.
Delaney, but now
Delaney,
he's
Walker.
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delaney's great, man. Delaney's so steady.
Greg Olson.
Mm-hmm.
He broke his
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, I saw that. Jimmy Graham. It's so weird. Like he should
Cook.
be good.
I don't trust him.
I know, which is weird because
Yeah.
he was like he seemed like he was going to be an elite tight end, and he's just like dropped off so hard lately.
He only had
Weird.
two looks, I think, like 2 targets, and he caught both of them for like 30 yards.
To be fair, I mean he was having Kaiser look at him for a
That's true.
chunk of the game.
That's true.
That's man, it is like so unreal how different that Packers team is
Mhm.
when Aaron Rodgers is on the field.
Oh yeah.
You take him off that team goes winless.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is
Well,
It's like the Colts.
They showed that
So
last
weird,
year.
yeah.
So they reveal how deficient they are at every single position.
It's like they
right?
can't. Yeah, it's like they
Yep.
can't hold themselves up unless Rodgers is there. Like it's the same players. They just literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
I
I
think
kind
they
of feel
were.
bad for the Chargers that way too. Like I look at Phillip Rivers, and like he's the whole reason why their whole team has just been like getting worse and worse and worse every single year because they can't get any draft picks as long as he's like keeping them afloat, kicking and screaming. Like I don't
Exactly.
know. He's
That's
like
true.
the reason for his own lack of Super Bowl rings.
Yep. Chargers have
You
been
just take a
picking,
couple years off.
been picking between like 5 and 12 for like what feels like my entire life.
Just 8-8, baby. 8-8.
8 and 8 all day.
You can make the
Maybe
playoffs at
not
8-8.
You can. They almost
it could
did last
happen.
year. They almost did last year. But yeah, tight ends are pretty deep this year. Just like looking at the list, Jared Cook went off.
Tyler Efford is still pretty good.
Dude named Disley down in Seattle.
Disley?
Did you see that?
Disley.
No.
He friggin' he like caught like 4 long bombs, I think, or 3 long bombs, 3 105 and a touchdown.
Ooh.
He was a 5th round pick. He's supposed to be a blocking back, and he just was balling all day. And he was the 2nd highest scoring tight end in the entire league.
Yeah.
Oh, and we can't forget Kittle.
Kittle.
Ebron.
Who
Kittle went
went
590.
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Yep.
Jordan Reed, Eric Ebron,
Mhm.
Kyle Rudolph.
I like Ebron too. I've always liked Ebron. I always thought that Detroit didn't get the most out of him. I was hoping the Niners were going to get him this year, but good luck for the Colts for picking him up because they got him and Jack Doyle running 2 tight end sets like the old Pats offense, and like that's killer, man. Like try to defend that for real.
Yeah, it's tough to defend because one guy blocks, one guy runs,
Yep.
one guy runs, one guy. Yeah, change it up.
But yeah, it's pretty deep. Probably the best. Yeah, like you were saying, Lindsay. Probably the best in
Tight end class.
several
and-
years.
Yeah.
Like because guys like Delaney get killed, and you can go hit the waivers and not be dead.
Yeah.
For the position. And in preview, I didn't even think to get a backup tight end this year because there's enough.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
can
Oh,
just
yeah,
pick
why
one
bother?
up. Yeah.
Oh,
Like
it's deep.
Yo, quick question for you guys in terms of Yahoo here. How does Yahoo determine who's on your cut list? Like, can you change your cut list, or does it just do it for you? Like, there's guys on your team you cannot drop.
the no cut list.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
something you can
stupid.
control on your own?
There's a commish tool for just dropping the no cut list as a feature.
It's not. I don't care. I'm not going to drop Ertz or Brown, but
I just think it's really silly and babysittery.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the if there are a lot of like really novice players in your pool and
Yeah.
they're getting
But
it's
that's how
ruining-
you learn, though.
I know, exactly.
We want to keep it for Johnny,
exactly.
probably, though. Like,
Well,
just in
no.
case.
You just said that's how you learn, and you're gonna.
But I don't wanna-
The guy's in second place.
I don't want to.
I
I don't want
know.
to rob him of the fun. I find like when you fuck up like that, it takes all the fun away. You know.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking too. It might be for hacking, like people hack into each other's accounts.
Yeah.
And just cut guys.
Oh, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
Like that'd be pretty
Yeah.
funny. I've never had that happen or seen it happen, but I can imagine that happening. People play pools for a lot of money and pride
Yeah.
and bets, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's like a choice between trying to hack into your friend's, account and drop Brady Sunday morning, or like run down your street in boxers like smeared
Yeah.
in butter. I mean, you might want to try the hack, right? Because if it fails, you're still running down the street in your boxers. So like we've really done the punishment pools. We have an undetermined punishment.
Yeah, it's
for
gonna
our pool.
happen.
This is the punishment pool, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Like
we just don't know
some
what we
thread
want.
of
punishment
the-
is undetermined, which is kind of scary and feels like a Saw movie a bit.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna walk
Oh,
into
I
a
have a
room,
punishment planned. You will find out.
walk into a room. There's like 5 buckets, and the door slams. You're like, oh, I hate football.
Game over.
I can't finish last. I mean, it's enough motivation anyway. But Jesus,
This is
Well-
the real survival league.
I'm gonna cement my. I think I'm winning this week. I'm gonna click pick to win for me. on Yahoo.
Oh.
I'm like, I feel confident. Your pick is me. Good job, Dylan.
there's
Your survival pick?
No.
You're
I
not
picked in our matchup. You can pick for every
Oh,
matchup
yeah,
on
I
Yahoo.
forgot
You can
about
pick
that.
who you think's gonna win.
I forgot
So I
about
picked
that.
myself.
I find in head to head, I don't even look at anybody else till like Sunday night. I'm like, oh, I wonder what everybody else did.
Same here.
I'm just kind of like on it.
I always like kind of seeing too. Yeah, friggin' Brad and my buddy Graham's matchup was super close.
Yeah.
Right up until the end. It was like 114.76, like 114.35.
Oh,
And then it went to 116.04 to 114.76.
that's when you got to wait for the point adjustment the next morning, kind of thing.
You know what sucks too? Graham had -4 points on defense.
Oh,
If New Orleans doesn't put up,
That's
if
the
New Orleans puts up a 0,
worst.
he wins.
if you just
Ugh.
bench him, you don't play a
Yeah.
defense.
He wins.
Because you could do that, right?
That's what
Done that
some
a few
people have done. But
times,
yeah, some
'cause-
people are like, "Fuck it, I'm benching my defense."
Yeah, done that like they're playing on a Monday night, and you're up, and
Yeah.
you're like, nope, playing it safe.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
done it before.
Um.
Done that in
It's a
hockey with
smart move.
goalies too.
Yeah. Oh
Keep
yeah,
your,
yeah. 100%.
Keep your goals
man.
against average up.
Goals against average. Yeah. You don't
Yep.
want to fuck with that.
I mean, why?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
Like-
waves are pretty deep. There's a couple of guys that like probably priorities for like a lot of people. Guys I don't need, which I'm happy to talk about, like Eckler on the Chargers. They're like backup running back. He's catching a bunch of passes and like going wild, and he went for like over 100 or something like that, while Melvin Gordon was going over 100. They were like, they both caught more passes than anybody else on the team, which is like crazy whack because they have Keenan Allen and like they drafted Mike Williams in the first 2 years ago and shit, and like have Antonio Gates there,
Core, yeah.
and they're tossing dump off passes to 2 tiny ass running backs the whole game.
Rivers was getting scared.
Like, oh man, I love Rivers. Rivers went for like 430 or some shit in that game. Awesome. I love Phil so much. Like, always gonna get you like over 3 usually, or he'll bust like Stafford did yesterday and throw like 8 picks and like
So
lose it on all his teammates.
we can do something fun here. Do you guys have a game of the week?
Ooh,
Think?
game of the week.
Yes.
For this past week?
No, for week 2. We'll go into week 2.
Okay, week 2. All right.
I mean, yeah, there's, like if you have a game that you thought was really good this week, you want to talk about. I really enjoyed.
If you want to do that, whatever.
Well, I mean, I'll just say really quickly, I really enjoyed watching Carolina Dallas because I got to see how trash Dallas is and
oh my
how
God.
mediocre and how
I-
overrated Dak
I
Prescott
appreciate
is.
you taking a side road to trash Dallas because that's fine in this house.
Absolutely.
But that was a reach because that game was shit. That was a terrible game of football.
I'm just
Terrible.
saying, Dallas looked. I liked it because Dallas looked like trash,
Dallas
and I
gained
love it.
60 yards before halftime, man.
Fucking Ezekiel
60
Elliott
yards.
is the most frustrating guy to watch. Ezekiel Elliott will go like 12 carries for like 50 yards. He's trash, and then he'll just break one off for like 15, get a first down, go like feed me more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why would we feed you more? You've done nothing all game. You've got enough. You've been fed enough. You haven't done anything. He's like, oh.
Well, who
so
else are they
frustrating.
gonna feed though?
Nobody. That's the
Like,
thing. They suck.
literally no one.
They got rid of. Did you see Dez?
Yeah.
Brian chirped him.
What?
Des
was
Bryant on
live tweeting.
Twitter about because
That's what's live tweeting.
they
Oh my God.
they missed a field goal.
Yep.
And he said something like, "Aha, Dan Bailey," because they cut Dan
Yep.
Bailey, right?
He said it was. He said they hadn't changed their signals either.
Oh man.
Since last
are
year.
you
He's like-
kidding
So he
me?
knows what's up.
He's like, oh, it's good to be at home and see they haven't changed any signals, and I know all the plays and all the routes before their run.
Is that why Tony
Oh
Romo knew every play
My
before it happened?
God.
Yep.
So he wasn't just a genius; he
Yep.
just knew the signals.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow,
well,
that is
for-
really,
for
really, really
Cowboys
lazy.
games.
That is
Yeah.
shameful.
Speaking of not changing your signals, apparently that's why the Lions did so poorly yesterday. Somebody said that their signals were like easy to pick up on,
okay.
and everybody knew the plays that were coming because the way Stafford was audibling.
That's funny.
Apparently they didn't change it from last year.
Oh my god.
So everybody, I mean, come on, guys, like people pick up on that. You
What
gotta
is
just switch that
wrong
shit
with
every
people?
year, right?
I mean, make people. You got guys like Belichick that are actually
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
hiring probably all kinds of lip readers, like strategically positioned around the stadium, and
Belichick's
like
always camera
multiple
set up.
cameras and stuff like
Yep.
that. And I mean, you're not even like. There has to be some sort of an evolution. Like you need to be able to fight back against this. Obviously, it's still happening in some form, and you don't even change your play calls. Oh,
Belichick's like isolating
weak.
like pixels of an all 22 angle to see like the defensive coordinator throwing up hand signals, and he's like,
Exactly.
I got it, I got blowed up, enhance. he screams at an intern, enhance.
I would not trust if anybody on the Patriots sideline has glasses or a hat on. Do not trust them because you can get cameras in that shit, and they are
No shit, right?
they're definitely still filming stuff. 100%.
Of course they are.
Guarantee. They all just have like pens.
I bet you they have something like they have this system set up in their stadium where they can hack into everybody's phones. So when people record, they
Yep.
can go into their phone and watch it and be like, "Oh, we didn't record it. That wasn't
Nice.
us."
I mean, all those stories about people losing their radios when they go to Gillette, like all the opposing teams, like our radio stopped working.
Such a
like,
good book about that where one guy said to a backup quarterback picked up, I think it was Brady's helmet, and he could hear them still talking in the helmet because like that's what it is, right? Like quarterbacks, it cuts out at a certain point.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that Brady's never cut out, so if there's a tackle, like somebody about to tackle him on the blind side, oh Brady, get rid of the ball. Like
all
there's,
right.
there's a really good book. You can get it for free on iTunes or on your iPhone, whatever the
Mhm.
iBook or whatever.
Yep.
Called Spygate. And this
Okay.
guy just breaks down every single thing.
Hmm.
And some are rumors, some like Peyton Manning refused to talk game plan in the locker room
Yep. I
in
knew
Gillette
that.
Stadium. He only did it in the hallways.
Yep.
That is smart.
Yep.
And even like Belichick, the guy is so good at bending the rules, being like the whole filming stuff.
Mhm.
And then they sent like a letter saying you can do it, and then he did it again. They're
Yep.
like, "We sent a letter. What are you doing?" He's like, "What letter? I didn't get a letter."
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like you're so
There
smart.
was no confirmation
No,
of
yeah.
receipt.
Who
Yeah.
signed for it?
Exactly.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, that letter? I threw that out.
That's a mob. That's
It
a
was in the
mob
trash.
shit.
Yeah.
What letter? What letter are you talking about? I never got no
Yeah,
letter.
I ain't getting this. But no, that's the one thing about Belichick. I mean, everybody cheats. He's the best at it.
Yeah. That's honestly why I've never super minded it. Like, I think it's kind of part of the game. If he bends the rules, they reinforce the rules harder and he readjusts. That's part of the game, you know?
Yeah.
He's just smart. He's smart enough to be like, he can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He
He's-
just clearly knows the rule book better than everybody. What was that really cool play that he did? He did something really, really. Oh, I'm just drawing a blank.
There's been a bunch of cool shit. Like the
he threw it a
drop
lot
punts.
to the. He was like, I think one of the first guys put the linebacker in
Yep.
on the goal line.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
And like sometimes he has Brady drop punt on third down.
yeah.
Because like
That's
he
the dumbest play. I love it.
it's like he knows like the field position. He's like, well, I ran the numbers and Brady go kick it. And
That's
Brady,
the-
Tommy's like, okay.
The drop punt, is that the one where you can get a point if you get it in the field
No,
goals?
it's like it's because there's just no returning basically, and you stand a good chance of like a live ball because it's not a special teams crew out there.
But-
Somebody might just think it's live and they have to touch it, and then you get it. It's just chaos play.
But there is. I think you can also do that to get a point.
There's no singles in the NFL. I'm pretty sure.
No, there's you know the one where the quarterback can drop kick it through the uprights and they get a point or 2 points. I'm telling you because I'm pretty sure it's happened.
I don't think so.
It never happens because it's like impossible to do. But I'm telling you,
Okay.
this is a
Alright.
thing.
I didn't know we had rouges in
I
the
know.
NFL. I'm pretty happy about that.
Just
honestly.
nobody does it because it's
That seems like something that you could do. Why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah.
Doug Flutie, I think, did it.
Well,
Doug Flutie converts first drop kick since 1941. So
this thing.
we're gonna. So if people Google it. It's
no,
Doug
because
Flutie.
that was weird because it hit the ground first.
That's what a drop kick is.
Yeah.
So Doug Flutie against Miami hit the ground, kicked it, and went in. And I don't know how many points they get, but
Why
you might get.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Oh,
just
it went up. How many did it go up?
Why wouldn't you just kick a field goal? You know.
It went up 1 point. Why? Yeah,
So
why wouldn't you
it's
just
like
kick a field goal?
So
Makes no sense.
it's a point after then, basically.
No, I think it would.
But it essentially like has the value of a point after.
I don't know what it is because it hasn't been done since 1941. That's what I'm saying. Like that was the first one since 1941.
Man, that's crazy. I don't
just
get
don't
that.
get
You're
why
gonna
this is
chop
happening.
this in. I hope.
There's no, people can YouTube it themselves. Yeah, I don't know the purpose of it.
That seems like some old stupid thing.
Yeah, because like you said, why not just kick the field goal?
Yeah, if you're that close, like, I don't know, Bill, you're overthinking it, buddy.
Maybe you just wanted Flutie to get it.
True. I mean, Fleury was.
So I think it's just an extra point.
Flutie.
I think it's just like you said, like after you get a touchdown, extra point.
That's so weird, man.
Oh,
Was that on a 2-point? Did they line up for a 2-point conversion and then he drop kicked it for a 1?
could have been that.
Because
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes a little more sense
Yeah.
at least. Because like if you could just do that at any time, you know, and pick up
Yeah.
a rouge, that's weird, man.
Why wouldn't you just go for the point after? Isn't that easier?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to do more. I'll do more research on this, and then on the next podcast, I'll verify why you do it.
We'll call that deep dive into Bill Belichick's mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you saw the smile on his
being Bill
face, he was so proud of himself for,
He was.
for calling that.
He did seem very proud of himself. And maybe he should be. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's a method to his madness.
There is.
Let's
There
be
always
honest.
is.
There is.
But yeah, so did you guys have a game next week though that you kind of
Speaking of
for?
Bill,
Patriots again?
Pats Jags.
Yeah.
Pats Jags. Ooh, that is an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an AFC Championship game rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And Jags looked really good against the Giants, really tough. And Bortles looked Bortles, you know? So
He's everything he needs to be
kind of.
with the team around him.
I mean,
Not everything he could be.
They
Not-
won 2015. So, I mean, okay.
He's the quarterback they deserve.
Just imagine if they had gone out and
Jackson.
tried to throw money at Cousins or something, you know?
Ooh, that'd be scary.
Like somebody who can actually like not just manage a game. Like, you know, I don't really love Kirk Cousins, but we watched him for a full game on Sunday. That dude can gun, man.
He's a good quarterback.
like he can
He
go.
is. He's composed out
Like,
there.
He can go. And they went out and threw money at like a few people, and I don't know. I think it would have been better to not go cheap on Bortles, and
Yeah.
because that's a Super Bowl team that has an okay quarterback.
Yeah.
Did you know that in 2007, Kirk Cousins, Nick Foles, and Brian Hoyer were all on the same college football team?
Really?
Here's a picture
Really?
Really? Did Hoyer have hair?
of them. Nope.
I knew it.
I was like, oh, how am I gonna be able to figure this out? There's just one super bald dude just standing there.
Poor Hoyer, man.
Oh.
Poor Brian Hoyer.
I think if Rodgers is healthy, I'm interested in Packers Vikings. That
Yeah.
could be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
definitely.
See how Rodgers can do against the Vikings D,
They'll kill him though.
and see how
honestly.
Cousins can do.
Packer D
If he can
wasn't
keep it up.
super impressive. If
But I'm
you
just
let,
curious if he can still
Oh, yeah.
keep going.
like you let Trubisky dice you up, I don't know, man. Like I still
But-
think that kid sucks.
It was weird though because he wasn't doing that well until Rodgers got hurt,
Yeah,
and then when Rodgers came back, he sucked.
sucked.
He started going
Mhm.
he just started running the ball for no reason.
Yeah,
Like they were watching. It's like he had a guy wide open for first down. He's like, I'm just gonna run it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he got all rookie shook, you know.
He's not
Happy
even a
feet.
rookie.
I know, that's what I mean. He looked like one though.
Yeah, he did. That was the funny thing. It's like he looked good to start, and then you could tell this guy's not confident. He looked like me when I play Madden
Yeah,
as a quarterback.
exactly.
I'm an option quarterback,
Uh-huh.
and when I throw too many picks, I just go slants and read options.
Yeah.
Or I do play actions where I sweep out and I run because I'm afraid to throw the ball.
Yeah.
That was Trubisky.
Stafford was my Madden experience yesterday, where he throws a pick, and then man, does he get aggressive and throw 3 more picks.
I do too. Like, I'm gonna get it back right now.
Get it back right now.
Yeah. Go deep right off the first play.
Hail Mary time.
I think we all understand.
We,
the different Madden
yeah, we all
experiences.
understand. Yeah, it's a fun segment. We can watch quarterbacks and compare ourselves.
It's true. I don't think Trubisky's got the goods, man. Like for a number 2 overall quarterback, like I thought Darnold looked way better in his first game as a rook than Trubisky does in his second year.
I think I could see upside. I didn't watch a lot of Trubisky. That was the only game I've ever watched him play. I think he looked, like I said, he started off good and he just got shaky near the end.
He only started 1 year in college, and he played for, I think it was North Carolina, which isn't like a very vaunted,
Tar Heels
football
is more
program.
of a basketball program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, he only started for 1 year. I think he was only in college for 2 years, and it was like, I see the upside, but it's really raw. And
Yeah.
I think to put him on the track they put him on as a second overall pick and starter in the second year is like too fast.
He just benefited from a really weak quarterback year, and then he didn't have really great training. I mean, like, he's backing up what's his face in Chicago, Mark Sanchez. I mean, like,
fucking Sanchez.
It isn't like you get to be the student for a year, like studying how the masters of the game do.
Want to learn how to
just like
fumble the ball in 10 different ways? Let's watch Mark Sanchez play.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark Sanchez is finally a free agent.
Master of the butt fumble.
Yeah.
Anybody deserves to play in the CFL. Dear God, that is a quarterback.
Oh,
I don't
man.
even want to see that.
I do.
That's how.
I would
love
totally
to watch
see that because
I would be a Mark Sanchez fan if he.
I'd want to go holler at him. I would go see Johnny Manziel and Mark Sanchez duel in the November snow in Toronto here for sure. Anytime.
Super Bowl
Cesaro,
light. Super Bowl light. Sanchez against
Fail bowl, man. It's fail bowl. Fail bowl. No, bring us all your failed quarterbacks, I say, up to the CFL. Send us all your failed kids and your rejects and your drug addicts.
CFL is like the island of the misfit toys.
Hell yeah, man. Let's get them all up here and have some fun.
I would watch so much more CFL. Yeah, if more NFL players who just struggle in the NFL came, like if Tebow started playing there.
Yes.
Tebow,
like
I can't even think of
Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
If Terrell Owens still wants to play, he can play tomorrow in the CFL.
Go for it.
You know?
Yeah,
him and Ocho comes back too.
Ocho comes back, exactly.
I love that.
Like even like Vince Young,
that would be amazing.
Failed quarterback prospects.
Well, what about Jamarcus Russell?
Exactly what I was thinking. What the hell's he doing now, man? I haven't seen that dude in years. I haven't heard about him in years.
We live in Canada. Let's campaign for this. I'm pretty sure it's not too hard to get the CFL on the phone. It's the CFL.
I mean, I'm sure the Canadian government would be down with like fast tracking visas because it's very like important and supports the CFL and shit.
I'm gonna start pushing that on my Twitter. Argonauts go after NFL players.
Hell yeah! I mean, we could just up the roster exemptions too. Cause you get like 5 or 7 Yanks or something like that.
You have to have no. You have to have a minimum number of Canadians. You got to have as many Americans as you want.
But it's usually Yanks. There's not really anybody else.
That's what I'm saying. You have to have a minimum Canadians. Everybody else, it doesn't matter. There's no maximum Americans.
I don't know what the caps are. Like, what's the Canadian cap? Do you know?
For what do you mean?
Like CFL.
I want to say half your team, but I could be wrong. That seems.
I feel like
excessive.
it's like half or 2/3.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a good chunk.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same as the radio here.
Yeah.
About the same. We have to have like 2/3
film industry
Canadian
too,
content.
right? It's
Yeah.
like the film industry where you have to have
it's
certain
true.
positions have to be Canadian.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because, I mean, look, we love our Canadians, but when it comes to football, I don't want to watch. I want to watch Canadians play hockey. I don't want to play football.
No,
Yeah.
I do not care about our football programs are not strong enough. Although we have done well, we've been in the States before in some, like I think it was like under 18, under 19s. But I want to look at it as almost like the World Juniors,
Yeah.
where they didn't send the best Americans because they're playing Canada.
Exactly.
So
like a
I just
minor
don't-
league. I like the rules to be more closely aligned. We could have something like, college football going on up here.
Yeah.
We have CIS football.
We have CIS, but it's
Well,
it's
I know,
trash
but
football.
it's still.
I
rules.
I wanted to be a walk on. I could have been a walk. I don't want to say I could. I feel like
You can still
not
get
that I
called
was
up, Dylan.
good to do it. I'm saying I think the GGs they literally 1 year took anybody who went on.
Really?
Yeah, because they just needed players.
Wow.
And I was like, ooh, I should go do that.
CIS. Ooh.
But then I just got fat instead.
Was that your NHL beer 24 beer NHL year?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a year where we had a beer pong league going.
Yep.
And every night we just played like 5 or 6 games.
So you chose beer pong over the CFL is what you're saying?
I did. I totally could have played CFL. And if
But
I
did
wouldn't
you
have
dominate?
my beer pong league,
Yeah.
I lost in the finals. And I lost my WCW championship.
No.
And then I lost it. Somebody stole it on can. I'm super bummed about
Oh,
it. Because you
man.
can't buy them anymore.
No.
I'm super mad. I don't want to get into it.
Mm.
But no,
Sorry, scratch that.
what did I do? Yeah, no,
It's deep.
I didn't play my senior year high school. And then I came back and played my grade 13 year. But if I would have played my senior year, I definitely would have got picked. I could have played for a college.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have played for a college, and I could have went to the CFL.
If you had played in
Could have followed
college,
the footsteps of The Rock.
definitely could have played in the CFL. And Roman Reigns. Don't forget about famous Calgary Stampeder Joe Noai. Never forget.
Yeah, no, I was training. I was up at Brock, and I was planning on going to Ottawa. And I'm like, I started going hard. I was like running like 5K a day on the treadmill, and I was getting in under 20 minutes. And I was like, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to talk to my high school football coach, see if I can train with the team during the year. And then I just started eating McDonald's every day after work. Went to school, and I was like, I'm just going to play beer pong and party. And
Attaboy.
yeah, my priorities were pretty straight. I just wanted to party.
The path of most walk in college.
I
I as well did, without the football
so
chances
many
at all.
opportunities for me. Yeah.
I went to community college, man. We didn't even have a football team.
You didn't have the human beings?
No, the field would have been too much work. We had a basketball team. They were also terrible.
I think I don't know. I think we should probably wrap this up. Then we're kind of going off course here.
No, week one was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
excited. Football's back, man.
pretty
I'm just
well.
pumped. I watched football all day. It was fun.
Very much hoping to stay in Survivor football for at least a few weeks here because it's fun to talk about. We'll keep talking about it, even if we get tossed out.
Yeah, we'll still give our picks.
We'll make
And
hypothetical picks.
We'll be those people who are like, if I was still in, I would be like week 10 right now.
We'll
We'll
just
go the
basically-
distance for you.
Yeah.
We'll turn it instead of this is my pick for the week. This is what your pick should be if you want to trust me after I already failed twice.
I'm
Yeah,
Owen.
segment.
You're going to be the Chris Schultz of... Is that the guy's name in TSN? There's a guy in TSN who picked NFL games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was Chris Schultz. And every year his record was like... He's like 60, 200, and like 5.
He's terrible.
'Cause he was the worst. And he's like, these are my picks. It's like, okay, just pick whatever he
Whatever
does.
he does it.
He's a white guy in the sports media, man. He can only fail up.
Mm-hmm.
You can only fail up.
That's why I'm trying to get on the score right now. Sportsnet.
Yeah, buddy.
Sportsnet, baby. Following
Everything
Renee
is a
Young's
hot take.
footsteps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Shouts to Renee Young also.
Yeah, Renee Young.
Toronto.
Called up.
Canada.
Soon it's
full-time.
going to be Jackie Redman. Love
Yeah.
Jackie Redman.
She's coming
Yeah.
too.
Probably.
She does hockey full time now.
Yeah.
I think on is it Sportsnet?
She's
Still?
Sportsnet, yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh,
she
maybe.
got
I don't know. I don't have cable. I
feel like
yeah.
she signed on with somebody else. Like I feel like she might be in the States now.
Well, no, I always liked who I didn't know was still doing shit. She's on ESPN now, Katie Nolan.
Oh yeah.
She was super funny on Fox. Do you know Katie Nolan?
No.
She was super funny on Fox. She did a lot of like sketches and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's on ESPN now, I guess.
Sports
Oh,
comedy,
cool.
man. It's
Yeah.
like
So much better than Rob Riggle. Ugh, Rob Riggle's the worst.
Ugh.
Rob Riggle's Fox Sports
He's
comedy is like,
okay.
why are you on here?
Rob Riggle's okay. Who's that guy that does the impressions? Frank Caliendo?
Oh, Will Sasso?
No, Frank Caliendo.
Oh.
Does like this wicked Gruden and this wicked Madden.
Oh, okay.
And so does
Oh, I
Will
know
Sasso,
what you're talking
obviously.
about. Yeah, yeah,
North
yeah.
Delta's own Will Sasso, baby.
Will Sasso.
Yeah, that's right.
Represent.
Kyle O'Reilly and Will Sasso.
And former Entourage
Ah,
character.
Is he really?
Yeah, he played a gay screenwriter, TV
Oh, yeah.
screenwriter, who tries to get with Lloyd, Ari's assistant. He pimps him out, but then he gets bad, and he goes and picks him up at a gay bar.
The second Entourage side road.
Well,
I
I keep forgetting about doing. I'm so bored with wrestling. I just want to get mad at it that I forget to do my Entourage
Yeah.
stuff. So I guess it's just gonna be in football now.
Let's forget about wrestling. Watch
Well-
New Japan like I do.
Yeah, I might start throwing in some Ballers references too.
That's cool. Should probably catch up on that.
I stopped watching after I started watching a bit of season 3 and stopped because I got kind of boring. Season 2 of Ballers is really good.
That doesn't bode well because you love The Rock, and if you find a Rock show boring, that shit's boring.
But it's not the Rock's issue. Like The Rock and Rob Corddry
yeah.
are great. There's even the one guy who used to be an NFL player who's on it now. Ricky something on the show. I think he played for the Rams.
Ricky Jean-Francois.
Ricky Jean-Francois is still playing.
No, it was just guy. He was a football player. Now he's an actor, but he's really good. But they have a few characters
Yeah.
that suck, and they get a lot of focus.
Yeah.
So I get bored with that.
It just takes away.
And I don't want to watch those guys. I just want to watch The Rock and
I
Rock
get it.
Cordry.
Be funny and cool and take helicopter rides and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Blow
Yeah.
things up.
Blow things up.
But no, I highly recommend. I don't know how far you got on Ballers, but season 1 is
Season
just
1.
like you don't know what they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Season 2 has a great storyline where they're trying to get this this guy. He's a linebacker. They want to try to get him in the first round of the draft, so they train him and stuff. And there's just more involved. Like The Rock's got like a drug storyline and shit.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend season 2 is really good.
It's good too. We should watch some football movies and TV and shit like that too.
I want to do a fantasy football draft where you draft people who have been in movies. So it can be fictional characters or it can be real life characters that a movie about them. It's like
That's
Jim
good.
Brown or something.
That's
But I
really
want to
good.
do like, or just do debates about who's a better quarterback, like Shane Falco or
Nice.
or
Jamie Foxx.
yeah, Jamie Foxx
Yeah,
or
Given
Dennis
Sunday.
Quaid or
Yep.
Paul Walker or James
Right, Paul
Vanderbeek.
Walker. Fuck, I forgot.
Mixon.
Oh, and
Mixon,
Vanderbeek
Joe
too,
Mixon?
man.
Hmm?
I forgot Vanderbeek was a quarterback too. Wow. Forgot about that.
Yeah, no,
That's what it
I'd
was.
love to do more debates about like fictional,
Yes.
like who's better, the Dillon Panthers or the or the Cougars or the whatever varsity Blues team was.
I forget the
I think it
varsity
was
Blues.
Cougars or something, but should have been called varsity Blues.
Should have.
And
And we'll watch Any Given Sunday too, because it's the Ready to Rumble of football.
it
Football
has
movies.
the greatest movie speech ever.
Oh, it does. His coach speech is Pacino's coach speech in Any Given Sunday is
I've
excellent.
never seen that.
Excellent.
You've never seen Any
I've
Given
never
Sunday,
seen Any Given Sunday.
but you've definitely heard the speech, the Inches speech.
Nope.
I
Yeah,
feel like if
I'm
you
pretty
played
sure
it,
you
you
have.
definitely it's so
Oh.
iconic.
I'm
like-
pretty sure I played it. For you
I
before.
might have. Okay, I have like the memory of a goldfish, so I might have actually
Pretty sure. I'm
seen
gonna
the
go- I'm gonna
movie
go with
and or the
pretty sure.
speech, but I
we're
don't
gonna
have any.
we're gonna wrap the
recollection of
podcast and then
either
listen
right
to it
Yeah.
right after. But anyways, yeah,
Well-
we're gonna call this.
We'll end the podcast with the audio of Pacino doing the Any Given Sunday speech.
You're gonna put it in?
You can
I
chop
don't-
this
I
out if
don't
you don't
wanna
want
do
to.
You
I'll
can
think
cue it
about
up
it. I'll think
yourself,
about how I
friends.
feel when I get home. If I'm gonna put it in or not. Anyway, yeah. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
It's,
We'll see you for week 2 breakdown. Good luck. Good luck
yeah.
in week
Good
2.
luck on your fantasies. Good luck on your survivor pools.
Oh man, better go better
Good
this
luck
week.
on your team.
I'm gonna go burn a football. And,
Yeah.
excise these demons from
Go
week
burn
1.
some Nikes.
Mhm.
No, I'm gonna go buy some Nikes with cap.
Like Hugh Jackman.
That's right.
You have to go into the lake,
That's right.
baptize yourself.
Exactly.
The Lake of Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
There it
So, anyways, yeah. Follow us at Kick Punch Sports on
Got
Twitter.
it. Exactly.
Might still be Kick Punch Stomp on YouTube. I don't know if it's changed yet.
Just we'll put the link up on the Twitter.
Yeah, I'll put it on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure it's on there already. So
Okay.
it's on the Twitter. So follow.
Yeah,
the
but I'm
Twitter.
just saying if people want to YouTube it, it's not going to come up if you put Kick Punch Sports.
No, but the YouTube link for
Yeah,
the channel
it'll-
is on the Twitter.
It's go on Twitter.
And you
Everything's
can-
on
Exciting
Twitter.
stuff.
You can follow and subscribe in both places.
Yeah. Boom. There you go.
Hey, look at that. I made it into a promo.
Yeah. Awesome.
Kick Punch
peace.
Sports. Football. Peace.
Football.
Football.